Howdy. Hey, Hans. Thank you for being here. It really makes a big difference. Somebody is here, and I know you, and you're cool. So, welcome to you and everybody else. Yeah, howdy. Howdy do. Whatever anybody else there may be. I still don't quite know what I'm doing here. So, what I am trying to do here is not give away all my secrets at once. Too late. I have a few people out there who are probably wondering, where's my song? Yes. And I completely relate. So what's really happening here is I am showing off a little bit. I am showing off the fact that I just get paid to do this. And that's just, I'm not even doing that. That, you know, I might not get a choice if I want the money on whether I get to avoid tackling the emotional situation that is a song. So I am showing off, but I'm also oiling my own gears. So I have a few extremely talented collaborators out there, and I'm thinking of you. I have my mic set up, and I was working on your stuff before this, and I'll be working on your stuff after this. And I'm really, really, really glad to be working on you. So please do not be confused by what appears to be random time wasting. It is. Oh, it is. But you know that whole mental health thing is important. We think of mental health, we think of mental unhealth. Well, this is what mental health at least looks like for me, which is getting out of some sheaves of loose leaf paper because I'm pretty sure I left my notebook someplace pre-corona and they are gone now. So it's all just random pieces of paper flying around my world. So if you are online somehow watching this other than through Get Vocal, which I'm not sure, feel free to chime in with, I'm like watching, this is me watching. If you would like to express an opinion, this is me watching even more by going over to the Cola page. Feel free to express an opinion as to what song we're gonna do and what style it could be. It could be blues, jazz, pop, folk, rock. I've been really tempted to write something French in the style of Edith Piaf because I have a mixed language album coming up that I'm super excited about. So I feel like I've been very smarmy in what I feel like this little show requires, which is I have to not think about a song ahead of time. But I've been enjoying that part of it a little too much because this is going to make for very awkward, at least 60 seconds of footage where I'm like, improv without suggestions from the audience. It's like gonna go into my subconscious real quick. So Hans, I know you're here. If you have a request for what the song should be like or what it should be about, feel free to shout it out. Otherwise, drum roll while I just draw some pretty flowers. For starters, we're gonna draw some pretty flowers. And yeah, reach into that great big void. So I had it set up. Turns out that like modern keyboards don't like low voltage outlets, so that's why my keyboard failed, but thankfully it works. But now I don't have any angles set up to play it for you, so it's back to guitar this week. I was gonna shake it up for you. I promise. It just didn't wake out. So I'm do that thing where I hug my guitar. My guitar is my emotional comfort animal. All right, and it should be fairly in tune because I was just working on your song, Steve. It's your song, Steve. I don't have a terrible lisp that I've been working on since childhood or anything. And I work as a songwriter, writing songs. It's so convenient when you have a lisp. All right. Anyhow, should write a song about having a lisp. All right, and all right, so nominally this is supposed to be educational a little bit, right? Or at least that's what I'm going to tread water on. I've now fully wasted 5 of my precious 60 minutes. And I was thinking about the main thing that I'm trying to show off here. And if I could impart a tip on the songwriting is that songs really just happen. You're your own worst enemy when it comes to censoring them out. You don't have to play an instrument. A lot of the world's greatest songwriters didn't, especially at least when they started out. and it's just a matter of letting it flow. The silliest songs are usually the best, but I'm feeling super self-conscious today, so I don't know if we'll get there. But you know what I'm not gonna do is a wagon wheel progression. All right, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. So a song just popped into my head. That's me doing math. This is math face. I think it's public domain. And just to be on the safe side, I'm not going to say which song it is because chords aren't copyrightable. And I'm going to look at that. So I love public domain material. And there's something really weird about it because you end up seeing just in how a song is written, how different thinking was in a different time. So. And I think of about one person on my friends list that might know what that is. So I don't know, it's just what's in my head. And if I had an open assignment to just write and song and it didn't matter, that'd be a good place to start. I think it's because I have a lot of jazz coming up in my world. I'm really excited about this. As much as I love Betty Southern and I love country, I was raised in jazz, right? True spaghetti Western over here. So I'm trying to get a little closer into that, and I'm not a jazz guitarist, so. Now there are bits of that I'm going to want to steal, but if I were to steal all of that, that's the thing where the chord progression gives away like DNA of the time. There's something old-fashioned about it. That, what is that, major to minor to the third to the fifth to the third, and it's just terribly quaint. Something, not a jazz guitarist. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to just let desperation brain kick in, start just sifting through the song like a sandbox. What is that turnaround? I don't have it memorized. I think that's going to be, I've played with stuff that has an E flat in it before, but it scares me a lot because I end up having to count. Shh, don't judge me. I'm a singer. That's my excuse. I'm giving a bad name to singers everywhere. So. The E flat can be really fun. All right, so I might just pass on that. That might be a dead end. We'll see. Yeah, now I'm just doing a thing where I'm combing through my charts being like, I don't want to play that. I don't want to play that. I want to play that. I don't want to play that. What do I want to play? Anxiety by Jason Isbell. I am not going to play that. That is copyright on material, but it is a great song, and I am so feeling it right now. Going to something that is a notably great chord progression. Let's see what I can steal out of here. That was weird. I'm not a siren. Yeah, keep telling yourself stuff that you can't do, V. Don't tell yourself what you can't do. It never works out. Well, yeah, those are jazzy, but I don't hear something that I want to repurpose out of it. Let's see. Well, hello. Yeah, that stopped making sense to me, but it sounds. I'll take something that's a bit of a fusion between American folk and jazz, because what else is jazz in the truest sense? Again, if you have opinions on which way the ship should be moving, feel free to let me know. I am checking. If you have a topic, this would be a really good time to shout out a topic. I'm thinking, you know, maybe not something too heavy, like summer's coming. It feels like maybe another summer song coming on. Except that is too dang out of tune, and I know what I'm going for, and it's just not going to work with all those sevenths if I'm just flat. Excuse me a second. It's a live show, everybody. This is not pre-taped or pre-thought out material in the slightest. Guarantee it hasn't been thought out one bit. That's the fun part. And that's where it's feeding my soul right now as a performer, and I'm kind of used to working without a proverbial net against failure. This is kind of putting me in touch with my instincts, and I don't not like it. All right, but to try to be entertaining about it at the same time, we have 49 minutes to get this song finished. Well, there's nothing unpredictable about that, but I'm hearing it very different from part of the song that I'm nominally looking at, which I don't think this one definitely hasn't entered public domain yet, so we're going to just keep that on the DO. It's gotten really far really fast. So my first step is generally to just hum. See where the voice wants to sit for it. How fast my hands want to move. Okay, cool. So I'm calling that, I have more than flower scribbles on my page now. It's going to be, for those following along at home, D, D7, B minor, D, G, hold, back to D, resolve, A. And if you're just starting out in music, that sounds like a complicated bunch of alphabet soup. I promise you it's not. I promise you that right now I haven't left the bag of theory at all if I were just to do it in numbers, because I can barely do that because I'm a so-so theorist. It's one minor 7, 6, 1, 4, 1, 5. It's, you know, I don't have any diminished chords in there. There are no seconds. We haven't left the box at in the slightest at all yet, but I'm kind of liking it, right? It sounds fresh to me. It's not. And really, when this is most of your competition, anything with more than 3 chords, Lou Reed was absolutely right. It sounds like jazz. So here we go. But I want to move on because I'm like, okay, cool. So that's the first progression. Woo! All right, this is, I'm not quite stealing. Hi, thank you, Luke. That's very nice of you. I'm still not stealing. Chords are not copyrightable. I'm going to write a completely different set of lyrics and melody over this, but that is a good idea. And that's why going to other people's songs, especially good songwriters' songs, can be really useful. So we had this turnaround. And I'm going to go to, woo. Yeah, see, that's where I got to pick where my next move is. No. And this is me half the time with songwriting. No. No, wait. Yes. That was actually a really good moment of me with songwriting. Really, really typical. I got that music in there for me. We could do that twice, but where else does it want to go? No, way too happy, way too fast. Okay, so we're nominally in the key of D, and then that means if I'm going to the F sharp major, I just went to the major third of D. So I'm going to write that down before I can remember it. And what was working really, really great for me there was going to 6 again, B minor. So another song just popped in my head that would, okay, that's where this obviously wants to go. We could have some really fun with old-timey things. So this is me doing a really quick scan of this song that I'm already in to see if there are any other tricks that I want to steal out of it. I'm like, no, that was really quite fresh. Take something that's 80 years old and just play the chords again. It sounds novel. And it is. I mean, just DM me if you want to know what song I was looking at. It's a good one. It's a favorite. Okay. And I'm going to switch over to another song where I'm like, okay, this is a similar terrain, and I want to take some shapes out of this that wouldn't be obvious to me, especially putting them in this combination, because this bass line makes no sense to me on a good day. Not going to actually play it, just going to work from what I have going. So if I went there, could I go? Yeah, okay, that's why it's fun to check in with other stuff, because I wouldn't think about pushing it that way, but it kind of moved really well. No. No. Nope. So I like this. We're going to the B flat all of a sudden from the G. Maybe just to the C. Jump up from the B flat to the C. But I liked that a lot. So I'm not going to leave that as a big question to myself for right now. I want to vamp on the F sharp to the B minor back and forth for a while. But I do know from that B minor, I am now going to a natural G to a B flat. I'll figure some fancy variation if I can when I get there. And sort of playing with that up to the C, which is our new second turnaround. I'm excited. Okay, now a song I know it's actually going to happen because it's 40 minutes and we have a verse structure and something that might, I don't know, be pre-chorus like. Let's find out. So. No, I don't want to go there. That's a way of going on that. I think I like how it's just hovering above the fifth, you know? That's what, a flat 6, sharp 5, depending on how you want to call it, but it's really just hovering above the 6th. So like the basic breakdown on not knowing theory and how that works is my fingers be here, I'm barring it, and I just move them down a half step. It's one of the ways that I like to know that songwriting is working for me, is because it makes lots of nice shapes with my hands. So cool. So that now new passage is. Cool. That's me listening. The song just happened for all of us, and I am listening to it, same as y'all. Same as you, Hans. Again, thank you so much for the company. You could have gone AFK way long ago, and I'd still be really happy to see your little icon in the corner of the screen. Checking, seeing if I can be an interactive person with this. No, this ain't happening. Might as well check. Yeah, cool. And I'm not avoiding lyrics of this. Oh, this is gonna be fun. You can. This is very devil may care. Whatever this is gonna be good. As in, it might not scour my soul, but I want to hear where this goes from here. All right. Okay, this is gonna be a real Frankenstein. Ah, you don't have to say that you were. I wouldn't mind if you were. That's what I was saying. Okay. What was the next song? Okay, so from there. That part where as a songwriter, it's a slightly abusive relationship because just like a comedian, I'm setting up tension so I can make it better for you. I have some place in mind for where we're going to resolve that tension. And we're going to go to another really, really old song. And I'm terrified of even humming any of them, right? Because it's not my material. That's not the point. I'm not stealing it. I'm looking at how it's built. So I can steal the circuits and put it into my new monster. I often think of songwriting like clockwork. A well put together song just kind of spins really nicely. It's one of those, you know them as musicians as the songs that you want to play over and over again. It's just like, oh, that's smooth. And it can be anything from the simplest of 2-chord pop songs to beautiful jazz fantasias, just how the chords roll to you, right? Okay. Okay, see, sometimes I'm surprised that you can tell I've been doing this for a while when I think of another song that's a good seg and it's in the same key and it's basically using the chord family I was just using. So this is going really fishing and barrelly for me as a Frankenstein piece. The hard part with this song, this is fun. I'm glad I did this because every so often, I'm like, if nothing else, I have this whole record of how this song just happened. And this is an easy birth. Sometimes I feel like a song doula. Y'all know who you are. I'm talking about, and I love you so much, and I'm so proud of Barbados. Where it's, I know it feels a lot like birthing cattle sometimes, where it's more like I gotta get a chain around that colts and feet and just drag it out because it's in breach. And that's the way it is with my own songs all the time. When I'm creating a song, all right, so I'm gonna stop broadcasting chords at this point. I am not terrifically shy about it. I just am dubious as to whether it's good television and whether I actually have time for it while I write lyrics, which is, if this thing is just going to come together like this for us, then I'm like actually going to spend time getting it to mean something cool. So let me go back to this. Okay, that makes me happy. I don't know, they're suggesting another turnaround from that. No, I do understand what they're doing here because that might be useful. I'm going to keep that in mind. Maybe even just take a little screenshot of that tablature. Because I don't know if I want to use that turnaround that I know I want to use, that D to F sharp to B minor to G minor. It's trade secrets now. All right, so I'm going to do that thing that I did from last week, which is I'm going to record it for myself. So, because for a minute, Musician V has had a ball with this one. I'm just going to, I don't know why we're just going live now. Go get vocal. I should probably get in touch with your support team because this is a weird experience. Okay, anyhow, Musician V is going to turn off her brain after having taken about half the time with the song. And I think that's going to be the end of her job for the most part. But there might be a bridge involved. But I'm going to do the thing where I play through the form and try to have fun with it. One of the other things that I suggest a lot to people just starting out and you do play an instrument is let the music be something that's distracting and worthwhile, that draws you away from the editor and into the creative process. So, can I walk the walk? Let's find out. So. I'm not recording. That would be helpful to this whole exercise if I'm going to listen back. Off the rails there, but I got a first clean take. I need to, okay, before I lose, I'm going to set my strum pattern for what I liked for the verse, because I did it a different thing, and it wasn't the right thing for the second time around, so. Well, that's fun, but that's not right. No, sorry. Yes. All right, that's something that I needed my hands to hold on to for me. So, everything's fine. I'm just like claustrophobic with my guitar. So, now the part that's really, really, like really dubiously questionable television is, all right, get this to play back for me. And this is where I don't, my heart shrinks a little from having to say what this says. I should work with another lyricist, maybe, but truth is, it ends up feeling the right lyricist, absolutely, but I'm gonna end up figuring out what this says, and it's gonna frustrate me until I do. I'm liking this groove. All right, it's got sass, but I'm stalling. I'm still clearly stalling, so. I'm seeing a lot of dancing, maybe working some dancing images. I wish I'd recorded that because I'm not going to remember it, but it was right? How am I going to do that? That would be easier. So if I were doing this as a lyric job, obviously I'd want somebody just doing any idea of a melody at all. And it would be easier for me to go back and listen to and hear what cadences really worked, what rhythms and flows really worked and what didn't, and then just assign syllables basically to what did and didn't work. And it's actually a fairly organic process. So we have 29 minutes to go. I'm not going to get tired of that, at least for a while, until y'all show me another countdown song that is more classic than Johnny Cash. So I am going to waste a solid, this is a 1 minute recording, maybe 2 of those minutes just smoking on camera and listening to my thing and trying to figure out what it says. And by the way, I haven't done this since I was like 10, and everything is classier with red nails. Fun facts, tip of the day. All right, excuse me while I appear like a complete no good Nick on camera. I swear it's in the name of the creative process. Alright, so the idea is I'm supposed to be transparent with how I'm getting this rope, right? At least for a little diary log. So the images that come to mind, if I have to walk, make that transparent, and maybe it'll even make it easier and I'll, really get my groove back, like is the whole intent of this whole thing, is I hear dancing, right? So my first impulse is I want to write a dance tune on top of this or something lyrically that is about dancing, but then I realized that, oh, that's not a thing. I might as well write a song about apple picking contests right now because that's just culturally not what we're up to at the moment, and for real good reason. But there's something really sweet in there of why isn't there a Sunday dance, right? So that's what I'm playing with and setting up in the first verse. In the bridge, I don't know, but I really like how I think of like almost has almost a Cab Calloway type of carousal type feel to it. So it's going to be something about getting ornery in there. I don't know. And the da 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 da. That's the way the chorus goes. It's already stuck in my head. I get excited when I come across pretty pieces of music that I assume other people have written down, but I found it and I'm putting it in this song. And the 100th Monkey thing, probably not all the music that has been written has already. So that's now the chorus, and it's, ooh, I love how glidey and glamorous it is. Da, 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 da. It's very bada bing, but let's not worry, the head does this. And I want to do something kind of elated, but with a little chagrin. This is funny, because this song, the chords which I rifled through for it have a median age of like maybe 80. So appropriately enough, this has a very Greatest Generation feel to me. So I said it would be 2 minutes. I have 26 minutes to go. I'm going to listen to this again, and as I'm doing so, I'm just going to start writing furiously. Nothing is wrong because it's not almost done until I get through 2 verses and the chorus. So. No, come on. 25 minutes to go. That's all I got, so I'm going to focus on that verse. Okay, so now I'm thinking of one of my students who's beautiful and wonderful and great human being, and just like the rest of us, is down. That a lot of special occasions that would have been in our lives aren't. So that first verse is to me now coaxing somebody to be lovely, even though it's just for themselves right now. Let's see if I can word that cleverly. So I'm gonna move on for now. That's the only thing I'm really okay. Maybe I'm gonna roll it back. I'm definitely overthinking the verses at this point, and I should be focusing on how I know what the chorus is, but I don't like writing choruses until after I've done the verses, because the verses are really going to tell me what the chorus is about, and it's a great way of making sure that the whole thing syncs thematically. So I really would like to get and verse structure. If I can get and verse structure, I'll get another verse structure, and then it'll be a song structure. So. Okay, cool. That I like that. Oh, except I did a descending line, and I'm already losing it. I'm not nervous. Oh, that's just going off key. But when I'm thinking of a sunflower in my head and asking it to bloom. Okay, so the lyric, whether it's right or not, is, oh, hey little sunflower, why not give the sun a chance? Why not give the sun a chance? Chance, even though there ain't no Sunday dance. All right? Hey little sunflower, why not give the sun a chance? Even though there ain't no Sunday dance, you can run around me. I'll be there for you on Skype. Oh, is that too cheesy? Oh, speak now if it's too cheesy, otherwise it's going in the song. Okay, and we can dance like fools all night. It's turning into a kind of a Corinne Bailey feel, like, hey, no copyright material, but you know, that kind of, hey, girl, you're so fabulous, even though there's no one. Oh, come on. It's okay. I'll take it. Cheesy but timely. I'll take. And again, I have 20 minutes to go. Yeah, but it doesn't rhyme with night. Zoom rhymes with gloom, which is how I feel about having to pay for it. So, hey, little, yeah, and I'll be there for you over Skype. This got weird fast. I wonder at this point, like, I'm curious, what is this chorus going to say? All right, I'm going to check whatever that message is. That's maybe some direction to save me out of nowhere on this while I'm listening. Shush. Oh, we have like inward-facing mirrors, but oh, could you do any gospel track? Oh, Namdi, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but hey, I wish I'd seen this sooner and had a better grasp of technology, including pens, because we should have totally made this a gospel track. I would have so been into that. Next time. In fact, that's just been decided what the next 1 hour 1 song is going to be. Over everything. Okay, cool. Gospel next time. So, give us on a chance, even ain't no Sunday dance, ain't no Sunday dance, and we can dance like fools all night. I'll be there for you, all the sky. Okay, I'm just going to make life simple on myself because I could make something that's a much more dense little lyric structure. But I'm just... But, okay, so now this is where this is going to be a little bit more of a nail biter than I would have liked because it's a little more complicated than I'd liked, so it's going to be a cooler song for it. But I'm now just going to go like crazy as if I were on a deadline. I don't work like right up against deadlines ever. What are you talking about? And just spit it out. What does it say? Don't overthink it. What's the number one rule I said last time? So I should shush and think. Hey, little sunflower, why not give the sun a chance? Even though ain't no Sunday there. Nope. How does it fit? Hey, little sunflower, why not give the sun a chance? Even though ain't no Sunday dance, and we can dance like fools all night. All right, so that works for me now. I'm already thinking of rhymes because I'm not creative, so I'm already thinking of what can I, or absolutely take the structure off this first verse and just put it into. Maybe I'm not. Maybe it's just a little letter. It's a little letter to a sunflower. That's what it is now. It's a little letter to a sunflower. And I realized, thanks, Chris, for reacting to this video and showing me where the link was so that I could even check what people were saying. Aw, thank you. You're really sweet. Okay, so it's now a nice little letter to a sunflower, right? Right. It's the, what would Martha Stewart say right now? Isn't it good? It's so good. It's a letter to a sunflower. Just add a little letter to a sunflower here. Why not give the sun a chance, even though there ain't no Sunday dance? That's all we're asking of our first verse. So our second verse doesn't have to be a lot more intense because this is kind of a dancey, silly tune. Hey, little sunflower, why not give the sun a chance? Even though there ain't no Sunday dance. Hey, oh, little sunflower, why? Okay, so now this is the part where it has to connect with something intellectual that I actually feel and mean, and I actually have to just put it in verses. So we're all stuck inside right now, right? But we're not quite like sunflowers where if you kept us inside, we'd die. We can all still grow right now. That's what we're all doing, community together, singularity, etc. Oh, hey, little sunflower. Why not give the sun? Why not give the sun a chance? Never another time to grow. Time to grow. There. No, okay, so I need something. So I'm having trouble phrasing this. I want to say there's no other time to grow. There's only right now to grow. There's no time to grow. Give us hey little sunflowers. But I'm not really solid on how I'm phrasing that, is the truth of that. So I'm kind of squidging that. We have 14 minutes to go. If I can get the chorus, this is going to be a song. It's just going to be a little light on the bridge. Okay, that's why I'm getting messed up, because this is fairly spacey verse. Hey, a little sunflower, why not give the sun a chance? Yeah. Nope, it's not too flowy. Okay, I'm losing the beat here. All right, you know what I need? I'm getting too much in the plan with my recording. Shit. I need to start getting into it as a living being again and stop censoring myself, because I'm overthinking it. I want to impress y'all. Yeah, whatever. Lost that chance. So, hey, hey, oh little sunflower, why not give the sun a chance? Even though there ain't no Sunday dance, and we can dance all night. Night, B minor. I'll be there for you over sky. I love you right now. I know what I want to sing about. Okay, so just writing down stuff willy-nilly. You are lovely right now. This whole idea, like, you don't have to put off life in order to be enjoying it. You are lovely right now. Okay, so I'm starting to get it. Hey, oh little sunflower, why not give the sun a chance? Even though there ain't no Sunday dance, and we can dance like fools all night. I'll be there for you over sky. There'll be brighter days. Don't you take away. There'll be brighter days. But here's your takeaway, because I have 10 minutes to go, and that's what we're doing. There'll be brighter days. Brighter days. My notes are atrocious on this. But here's your takeaway, because I'm not being at all slick with this at this point. I have a first verse, which means I have half a song, which means that I can maybe even pull this off. So let's find out. I want to just do from that pre-chorus. We can dance like fools all night. I'll be there for you over the sky. There'll be brighter days. Here's your takeaway. 'Cause you are beautiful now. It don't matter how you show it. It's a Disney song. Fine, okay. It's a song in an hour. That's my hat trick. Sometimes it's a Disney song, apparently. Are beautiful. I think I said lovely right now. First time. Are lovely right now. It don't matter how you show it. You are lovely right now. It don't matter how you show it. Nope. Dang it, let's get that chorus back to where I had the groove before. Okay, so we're so close. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I gotta slam this one in under the buzzer. Okay. You are lovely right now. It no matter how you show it. Baby, we all see that you glowing. Fine, it's a thing. I think I'm about to get interrupted. It's all the timing. Baby, we all see. I like that. Baby, we all see that you're glowing. I'll see that you're glowing. Okay, now where did I leave off on my second verse? There's still a chance that I could finish this, putting together all the pieces. No, I didn't get anywhere with the verse, but I do know how it flows now. So 8 more minutes to go. We're hopefully getting through to close to the last run through. As I check and make sure that all the people have been heard and they all have the things opinionated. Okay, cool. The opinions have been opinionated. All right. You are lovely right now. It don't matter how you show it. Maybe we all see that you glow. That was right. All right, so this is where I'm going to buckle down, folks. If I can get one solid run through of this verse, I might be able to do the second run through of a second verse and know how to phrase it. We need crazy hair for crazy moments. Okay, so. Hey, little sunflower, why not give the sun a chance? Even though there ain't no Sunday dance, and we can dance like fools all night. I'll be there for you over sky. There'll be brighter days. Here's your takeaway. But you are lovely right now. It don't matter how you show it. Baby, I'll see you glow. All right, let's jam. Oh, little sunflower, there's no other time to grow. All right, cool. That's my lyrics. Hey, little sunflower. And if I can find like one more rhyme, I'm calling this a song because it's a song, and there'll be a bridge. A little sunflower. There is no better time to grow. What you'll be. That's the form I need to fight. Who, like, okay, lovely beard. That's all I'm getting of you, sir. I'm so distracted. Okay. You better try to grow. I cannot quite hear your mic, sir. And oh my gosh, if I can slam this in under 5 more minutes, I just would just start
talking. Wow,
say again.
Me.
You're talking. You're on air right now.
Okay,
this is the brand new frontier of interactive entertainment. I love it. Nice to meet you,
Where
Bear
you
Claw.
from?
That's a good sign in my world. Okay.
Where you
No better time. Colorado. I'm in Colorado right now, and I have sunflowers in the ground, which I think is why this thing is coming about sunflowers. Hey, little sunflower, there's no better time to grow. What you'll be, you are. Okay, I might write a lot of
you
children's
making a
songs.
song
We
up right
might be
now?
relying on some of those instincts right now. Yeah. Like my challenge is I started writing it around after I started talking. I gave myself an hour starting at 5:30. So yeah, it's like down to the buzzer. We might have a finished song within 4 minutes, and I'm like excited because it's all jazzy and way more complicated than I was at first thinking.
When you've made the song.
Okay, but I'm like down to one rhyme. Feel free to help me out with this rhyme. Say again. One rhyme. I'm dying for a rhyme. There's no better time to grow. I pretty much right now where my head is at, it ends with "you don't even know" because I like that and it's colloquial.
We don't know the future. We don't know our future.
All right. I got you, fam. Don't know the futures, right? Can't know our future. That's part of the point here. There's no better time to grow. What you'll be so beautiful. You will be so. How you shine, you don't even. What you'll be, you don't even know. All right, I'm just going with it. What you'll be, you don't even know. But what that means is that I can kind of run this thing, right? I'm gonna ask you. I will so derail if you try to jump in right now. I'm so sorry, sir, but just for a moment, just let me try to run this thing for the posterity of it. It's like jazz chords taken from like 3 songs that are all like at least 70 years old. This is not in my lexicon. So sorry. Next time, right? And then we'll totally duet it. Okay. So much appreciation for that. Okay, cool. All right. 2 minutes. I feel very, very silly, but when I get my mind to do something like write a song in an hour, I really hope I don't end up being a total jerk about it. All right, cool. This song didn't exist 55 minutes ago. Hey, oh little sunflower, why not give the sun a chance? Nope, I'm gonna derail. One sec. Hey, oh little sunflower, why not give the sun a chance? Even though there ain't no Sunday dancing, we can dance like fools all night. I'll be there for you over sky. There'll be brighter days. Please you'll take away. Yeah, you are so beautiful now. It don't matter how you show it. Maybe we all see you glow it. Oh. Hey, you lovely sunflower, there is no better time to grow. What you'll be, you don't even know, and we can dance like fools all night. I'll be there for you, all the sky. There'll be brighter days, but for now you'll take away. You are so beautiful right now. Yeah, don't matter how you show it. Maybe we all see you glow. we can dance like fools all night. I'll be there for you. Over Skype or in person we can, 'cause there'll be brighter days. Loving hours you'll take away. You are so beautiful right now, and it don't matter how you show it, 'cause baby we all see you just glowing. All right, that's time of like, I started this broadcast like 1 hour ago on the skinny, and I'm turning in. Pencils are down. We have a song. I love that old David Letterman thing, and I'm just causing great chaos in my mind. There's a song. It's a finished song. If you don't believe me that it didn't exist, you can scroll back and witness my stress up to this point, but I think that this one is a little easier to believe that, yeah, this just happened in an hour. So I'll see you in like a couple minutes when I run outside to like catch the final version of this, but I promise I'm not going to add to it because pencils down. So if you enjoyed me making a fool out of myself, please subscribe. Please check out my page. There's a Patreon thingy. And otherwise, I've just had enormous fun coming up with something on the fly for y'all. So to be continued, my name is Veronique Van Pelt. I was told once that you have to say your name like it's a big deal, otherwise nobody remembers it. So here we go once more. Veronique. So glorious. Veronique Van Pelt. Right, let's just shout it. And I'll see you next week with another new song in an hour. Stop the broadcast.